Hey, what's up, Clashers? Turn 56 here from iKonik with another war recap video, and we're going to be looking at iKonik War 146 versus Oblivion. As you can see here, we got a relatively easy victory here over these guys. They just weren't built to be a hardcore war clan. They brought some okay attacks, but just as a whole couldn't compete with us. So 61 to 45. And this is the first war after the most recent update, the Dark Spell Factory, the second Air Sweeper, a few other changes going on here. So I really wanted to be able to show you the poison spell at work. Welcome to the era of the poison spell. It's going to have a huge effect, I can tell already. So all of these attacks we're going to be watching, we're going to see people using the poison spell to take out the clan castle troops and to also do some damage on the heroes. So we'll start off down here with Lawless, down here on the Town Hall 8s. Gets a lure. He's just going to do a little back and forth barch work with this. It's going to take people a little while to determine, I think, how well this poison spell is going to work for them, how they want to organize the troops and doing it. So you can see here he's just kind of working it back and forth, getting them clustered up a little bit so they're all in the circumference of that spell. And even that level 1 poison spell is enough to take out max wizards, so that's good to know. I think bringing them outside isn't always going to be necessary. Sometimes when you've got clan castle troops that have spread out a little bit too far from the lure, you're going to want to do that just to tighten them up a little bit. But it's also obviously very, very possible to do that while they're still inside the walls, just to kind of get them tightened up a little bit. I think that Lawless, for example, could have just, instead of bringing them all the way outside the walls there, could have just dropped a few barbs maybe all the way down south just to get those wizards a little bit closer to the witch. Would have taken a lot less time. But, you know, we're all still learning with this new spell. We're trying to figure out what's going to work best, what techniques are going to work best. So it's still good to lure. Should we just try to kill them as they're coming out of the clan castle? You know, it's going to be a learning process, but we have several different ways of using the poison spell this recap. So enough about the poison spell on this attack. Let's talk about the rest of it. A gowiwiho pushing in. He's obviously doing really nice work. The golems pushing in, the king pushing in, wizards and witches getting more than halfway through this base before he needs those hogs, and plenty of cleanup down here at the very end. So we'll just do a little fast forward here. But a very nice, very powerful attack there by Lawless. Good example of what kind of damage even a level 1 poison spell can do, taking out those max wizards. Just need to make sure that they're not still moving, so they stay in one place and allow that heal or the poison spell to have its full effect on them over the entire duration of it. So now we've got Bergy, and he's going to be working on his mirror here, number 19. He also brings a poison spell. It is also level 1, which is, again, going to be more than enough to do some damage here. No lure on this one. He's got 3 golems he's bringing in, just a another good old-fashioned gowiwiho. Starts to get the lure here as those wall breakers push a little past the golems. And here comes that poison spell, having a good effect. That witch is dead already. Those wizards were mostly dead. They got cleaned up a little bit by his DPS, and the only thing left standing was that balloon. All it took was a hit or two from his DPS, and that thing went down pretty quickly as well. So a little bit of a different clan castle composition with the balloon in there, but still can be very effective, at least weakening that balloon with a level 1 poison spell and making it that much quicker and easier for your Archer Queen or whatever DPS to take it out. So we got a nice, really deep push here from his golems and his heroes and the wizards and witches over there. They're still moving through the base very nicely. Hogs coming in from the north. They got some good tanking upon their first release there by the golems that were still working their way around. And of course he's hanging on to heal as they push through, start moving in towards these last few defenses. So another good use of the poison spell. Again, level 1, but again doing some good damage on those troops. No lure this time, just meeting them mid-base. I have a feeling that's going to be a pretty popular way of doing this from here on out. And I'll show one of mine during the recap here. I don't often do this, but I gemmed my poison spells up to level 3. So I just want to show you guys this. Not a great attack, also kind of a bully attack. I'm attacking down 11 ranks, but this was where more stars were to be had as I was attacking. Going in with a golaloon here. Didn't get a funnel up, unfortunately, for my Archer Queen. She veered off to the side. Post-update, she's really hesitant to go anywhere near walls. She is afraid of walls. There's my level 3 poison spell, dropped right on those wizards, doing a good number on them. Good thing it worked as it did, because I just barely was able to take out that Archer Queen with my Barb King before he went down. Here comes the Lava Hound portion of this attack. Now the lovely thing, of course, with this technique when you're using the poison spell to take out the clan castle troops is it takes the place of a lightning spell. In my opinion, it's more reliable than a lightning spell. There's the randomness of the lightning patterns, but also it doesn't take up as much space. So at Town Hall 9, now you have basically a free Dark Elixir spell. You can bring your 4 regular Elixir spells and a free Dark Elixir spell. So I was able to use 3 rages on this attack, whereas before I would have only been able to use 2 because I needed a lightning and a jump spell. But I could do a jump, 3 rages, and that poison spell. Worked very effectively. This poison spell, I tell you, it's going to be huge. People are going to have to start adjusting their defensive clan castles for it. I think a lot of people are going to start going with dragons in their clan castles. They're going to start going with Valkyries, and maybe just trying to mix it up a little bit, doing very different clan castle compositions in there, a little bit of everything to really change the pace of how they move across the board, like some minions and goblins to move really fast, and then some slower moving troops in there as well, just so they stay more spread out. That's an option as well, but definitely dragons are going to be pretty popular. So there we go, the first use of poison in war, the first war after this update. Just wanted to let you guys see a few examples of how that spell can be used moving forward and how effective it is with these compositions. So thank you very much for watching, you guys. Until next time, this is Turn 56 saying keep on clashing.